No banks, no fees, no inflation. These are the potential perks of this thing called Bitcoin. But is Bitcoin really the money of the future?
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin. It's all the rage, but what the hell is it? And why should you care? In a nutshell, it's an electronic currency. Imagine buying and selling without any middlemen or banks, and in complete anonymity. Every transaction's recorded in a public log online, but names of buyers and sellers are never revealed. That's why some call it the wild, wild west for criminals. Bitcoins are stored in a digital wallet in the cloud or on your computer. You can buy furniture, flights, even haircuts online and use them at bars, restaurants, and other businesses in the real world. There's now even a Bitcoin ATM in British Columbia. And last week, someone bought a $100,000 Tesla car using only Bitcoins. Is it the currency of the future?
Money can be sent from here to Hong Kong and back instantly for free.
But not everyone is sold, and some can't even get their heads around the concept, including former Fed Chair Alan Greenspan.
You have to really stretch your imagination to infer what the intrinsic value of Bitcoin is. I haven't been able to do it. Maybe somebody else can.
So you say if enough people use Bitcoin, it could help bring down the dollar. You think that's a real possibility? No, am I getting what you said wrong?
Well, I think it's a little bit the other way. When the dollar's in trouble, which it will get in trouble, that will be one of the alternatives, and I guess it'll be a play on it, and the more Bitcoins are used, the worse it will be for the dollar. But something has to happen to the dollar. So I think that's where the real problem is. And Mr. Greenspan said that he doesn't understand the intrinsic value of a Bitcoin, and quite frankly, I don't either. But I want to ask him, what about the intrinsic value of a dollar? You know, nobody knows what that is. So I think it's an alternative, just one of the alternatives. And if there's momentum.
For those who can stretch their imaginations, here are the 3 ways to get your hands on Bitcoins. You can buy them online, transfer them to and from other users, or mine them on your computer. That's how new Bitcoins are created, when someone digs them up by solving very complex math problems online. Currently, roughly 25 Bitcoins are mined every 10 minutes. So, is this the end of the George Costanza wallet?
This is the book of 2 Peter, chapter 1, verse 20. Knowing this first, that no prophecy of the Scripture is of any private interpretation. Verse 21. For the prophecy came not in old time by the will of man, but holy men of the Most High spake as they were moved by the Holy Spirit. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah, Kadash, Barakatah. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the 4 corners of the earth and making their body a living sacrifice for Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. I'm Brother Samak from the GMS Miami Camp, and the reason why I brought out the book of 2 Peter, chapter 1, verse 20 and 21, all right, because we're living in a time, all right, where prophecy is moving really fast, all right, and a lot of things are being revealed, all right, and that's why I brought out that scripture, because, hey, there's no private interpretation, all right. What you saw in this video that I put in post-production, all right, that there's discussions happening on the digital currency, one of them being Bitcoin, as the future of money, okay? And these are the times that we're living in, all right, because, hey, like John, which I'm going to bring out what he brought, what he saw, all right, there's going to be a time where the governments, the banks, okay, they're going to implement, all right, these digital currencies, and then they're going to use the RFID chip as the point of where these digital currencies can be used to spend or to receive. All right. So now, notice when you were watching this video, okay, it says digital currency promises no fees, banks, or inflations. So it's going to be an incentive to those that don't want to deal with the dollar anymore. All right. And hey, even Ron Paul was like, hey, okay, the dollar, all right, he always comes out saying the dollar's losing its value, all right? And the dollar is being looked at as not beneficial in the global world, okay? And that's why you have multiple nations rejecting it, because it's going to go into this digital currency as a form of money, as the future of money, as they like to say. Now, the reason why I'm doing this video mainly is because I came across an article from ChepiCap. Now, ChepiCap is a digital currency news network, all right? And this article just recently came out today, so that's why I'm doing this video. It says the United States Congress, digital currency, the future of money. So right now, you're going to, it's happening on Wednesday. You're going to have Congress, okay, speak to certain doctors about digital currency as the future of money, all right? And it goes on and says, U.S. lawmakers gather next week to discuss cryptocurrencies in a hearing entitled Digital Currency, the Future of Money. Cryptocurrency has made waves everywhere in the past year, and Capitol Hill is not excluded. From reports to hearings, discussion of crypto has been inescapable for lawmakers. And they're going to make it a law, that they're going to say that the RFID chip, okay, will be associated with these cryptocurrencies, all right? For the most part, it has been centered around the underlying technology of blockchain and its potential use within government. However, now it seems they've reached the core of the topic, cryptocurrency as a form of money. Goes on and says the hearing will commence on July 18th, next Wednesday, this Wednesday coming up, at 2 p.m. Eastern, and will be held by the Subcommittee on Monetary Policy and Trade. So this has to do with the foundation, the house of the U.S. economy, all right? So, and the dollar is getting weaker and weaker. You're seeing all these nations leaving the dollar, man, all right? They're going into either cryptocurrency or they're going into gold, all right? So this is the times that we're living in, man. That's why the prophecies, you're seeing it, man. In fact, now let me get Habakkuk, all right? Because this is the vision, man. This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, right? Who's on their watch? Who's on their tower? All right? Great millstone, man. Starting with the apostles of Great Millstone all the way down to us, as I like to say, the foot soldiers of Great Millstone, all right? We're on our tower. We're watching. We're seeing what's happening, all right, with this government, all right? Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, because he ordained us to be a prophet among the nations, all right? And we'll watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. Verse 2. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. Right, man. All we're doing is bring out what the scripture says, all right? And I'm going to bring out Revelation 13 and 16 and prove about, A, he calls all, both small and great, all right? Because, A, that's the vision that's made plain upon tables. And what's the table? The book, man. The Holy Bible, all right? Verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Right, it's not tarrying anymore. We're seeing it, man. You're now having Congress having discussions about cryptocurrency, okay, as the future of money. These are the times that we're living in, all right? It goes on and says, the hearing will commence on July 18th, next Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern, and will be held by the Subcommittee on Monetary Policy and Trade. According to the memorandum, the hearing will consist of one panel comprised of the following witnesses: Dr. Rodney J. Garrett, Maxwell C., and Mary Pellish Chair, Professor of Economics, University of California. Right, these are your prestige institutions of America, your universities, your colleges, all right? That, okay, majority of these wicked people in America, okay, exalt to the clouds, man. Oh, you went to University of California? Oh, that's a good college. Dr. Norma J. Michael, Director, Center for Data Analysts, the Heritage Foundation. Right, the Heritage Foundation is one of Esau's institutions, all right, his think tanks. Dr. Eswar S. Prasad, Senior Fellow, the Brookings Institution, another credible institution, all right, that's is exalted to the clouds, all right, that is held in good stance among the elite of this world. Mr. Alex J. Pollock, Distinguished Senior Fellow, R Street Institute. The memorandum continues to elaborate upon the nature of the hearing. Quote, this hearing will examine the extent to which the United States government should consider cryptocurrencies as money and the potential domestic and global uses for cryptocurrencies. The subcommittee will evaluate the merits of any uses by central banks of cryptocurrencies and discuss the future of both cryptocurrencies and physical cash. Notice, physical cash. And nobody wants to deal with the dollar anymore, okay, around the world. So what is happening here is going into digital, all right? Crypto, meaning secret currency, right? Up in the digital world, up in the internet. And then what's going to be associated with it? The radio frequency identification device, the RFID chip. It goes on and says, you couldn't have it in plainer terms, just as the title implies. The panel will be seriously evaluating the cryptocurrencies as legal tender. Whatever the outcome yields, this hearing will be a monumental step for cryptocurrency. Now, let's go to the same website. We're going to go to another, what they have brought out as an article. This is the title, The Mark of the Beast. Question, XRP and Bitcoin can be stored on a human implant. That's why in CNN, they were saying, oh, you no longer need to have a bank because you're going to be the bank. All right? The RFID chip will be your own bank, okay? The money will be stored. The cryptocurrency will be stored on the RFID chip implanted in you if you take the mark, okay? This is the times that we're living in. It goes on and says the company behind the creation by chip. Wait, so let me read the title one more time. This article came out July 14th, all right? This came out yesterday. The Mark of the Beast, XRP and Bitcoin, right? XRP is a digital currency and Bitcoin is a digital currency, right? And there's many, okay, companies, all right, that have their own digital currency, all right, named for a digital currency, all right? At the end of the day, it's still digital currency, all right? Can be stored on human implant, The company behind the creation by chip state that their human implant is the first and only distant readable human microchip with internet connectivity, right? And if you notice, all our banking, all our transactions are done via web. So it's plain, it's here, man. So for somebody to say that the RFID chip, the microchip's not the mark of the beast, you're a liar. You're insane. The Lord's not dealing with you. All right? The prophecy that was written aforetime, okay? All right, was written during the time of John, all right, was written for now, man. All right? That's why there's no private interpretation. All right? It says currently, let me continue on. It says originally designed to store medical data, driver's license, and passport details, the newest upgrade now allows for the safe storage of cryptocurrencies. Currently, the only cryptocurrency compatible with the microchip is XRP and Bitcoin. Notice it says currently because they're all going to be put into it. All right. The BitChip's payment system utilizes Ripple technology, allowing users to bypass traditional bank intermediaries. All right, and that's going to be null and void because the central banks are going to get all onto it because this is all done. All right, to make sure that everyone takes the RFID chip, the microchip. All right, so now let's get into the book of Revelation because we got to bring this out. Because the vision is set for a appointed time. Don't tarry away for it because it's surely coming. It will not tarry, and it's not tarry. It's happening right now. We're seeing the prophecy being fulfilled right before your eyes. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 13, and I'm going to start at, and I'll just get to the point, verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Verse 17. That no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Right? So you can't buy or sell unless you take the mark, which is the RFID chip, the microchip, the mark of the beast. And when you look up that word mark it's charagma, all right? All right? And when you look up that word charagma, it's chi, chi, stigma, all right? And that word stigma, all right, means an incision, all right? A stamp, okay? So, it goes back to the Greek or Latin words stigmata or stigma or stigma or stigmatos, which means a mark of pointed instrument, puncture, okay? So, by you taking that mark of the beast, it has to be an incision, you have to be punctured into you, all right, which is that RFID chip, all right? So it's plain, all right? So they're going to stick the RFID chip into you, all right? And that's taking the mark, man, of the beast, all right? Now, let's go to the law, because you're not supposed to be getting that in your body, because the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, specifically says it, man, all right? So you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans, if you're watching this, man, you're not supposed to be taking that chip. And if you do take that chip, you're put to death, man. You are dead out here, man, all right? Because you broke the law. Leviticus chapter 19, and get to the point, verse 23. Neither shalt thou lie, not 23. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 28. Salakia. God. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 28. Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. Right, no cuttings in the flesh or print any marks upon you. And then when you look up that word mark, all right, got it already up, all right? It means incision, imprinted, tattoo, mark, all right? Esau, this is how Esau says it in the Hebrew.
Strong's H, 7085. Ka. All right? So, ka is okay, in the Hebrew, all right? And when you look up the word incision, it says a surgical cut made in skin or flesh. So you put that chip in your flesh, all right? You basically, okay, said, I want to be hit with intercontinental ballistic missiles. I want to be hit with nukes. And that's talking to our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans, because you're the children of Israel, all right? Let me go now to the book of Exodus. Now, before I go to the book of Exodus, let me see if there's any more on this article. All right. Oh, yeah. Let me read this. All right. So it goes back onto the website. It says, however, some people, so this is back to Mark of the Beast. The Mark of the Beast, XRP, and Bitcoin can be stored on human implant. It says, however, some people aren't all too taken with the idea of implanting a microchip into their skin. Some are even going as far as relating the biochip to the mythology, heralding the rise of the Antichrist. According to the myth, the devil requires all people, great and small, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hand, so that none could buy or sell unless he had the mark. Creepy. So, first of all, there's many antichrists. Okay, you can read that in the book of 1 John. Okay, find that real quickly. This is the book of 1 John, chapter 2, verse 18. Little children, it is the last time, as ye have heard, that an antichrist shall come. Even now are there many antichrists, whereby we know that it is the last time. Right, because many antichrists are out in these last days. Because all these false prophets, all right, like Israelite in Christ, all right, saying that the microchip, okay, the RFID chip's not the mark of the beast. Those are those antichrists, all right? And there are many out there. Also these pastors and deacons, all right? So there's many antichrists. But yeah, it's plain though that RFID, that mark, if you take it, man, okay, you're already you're serving Satan, all right? You're serving, okay, the left-hand side. You're serving Esau's system, Esau, Edom, and that leads me to the book of Exodus, all right? Because Exodus chapter 21, all right, there was a law written on those that wanted to stay with their masters. Exodus chapter 21, and I'm going to start at 5. And if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master, my wife, and my children, I will not go out free. Right. And that's what's happening in these last days, man. All right. A lot of our people, they're like, I love my master Esau. I love America. I love this system. All right. I love my wife. I love my children. I don't want to be free. Okay. I don't want, to get out of America. I want to stay here as a slave. I want to serve the so-called white man. All right. Verse 6:6. Then his master shall bring him unto the judges. He shall also bring him to the door unto the doorpost, and his master shall bore his ear through with an awl, and shall serve him forever. Right, man. So just like in the ancient world, all right, when the servant didn't want to leave his master, he had to bore his ear, meaning he had to have an incision, a cut, right, to show to the people, hey, I'm already property of my master. This is happening, this time, but this time it's that RFID chip, and you're saying you're property of the so-called white man who's Esau, Edom, if you take that chip, all right? Because these are the times that we're living in, man, all right? So what happens? What is the repercussion for taking the RFID chip, all right? What is the repercussion, for saying, I want the so-called white man to be my master. I want Esau, Edom to rule over me forever. Well, here's a repercussion. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 14. And I'm going to start at 8. You know what? Let me start at 8. And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Right? Babylon's America, all right? And America is on its way to fall, all right? And by them pushing out this RFID chip, it's an indicator America's about to fall, because there's going to be all types of riots being brought out, going to be breaking out because of this RFID chip being mandatory, being known as the future of money, all right? And you're going to see chaos, and fighting, and then eventually the nukes are going to hit this place, which goes why Babylon is fallen, because John saw America being hit with thermonuclear fire, all right? But prior for thermonuclear fire, you got to see all this being brought out. RFID chip, martial law, the economy got to collapse, so on and so forth, man, all right? Verse 9, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and its image and receive his mark on his forehead or in his hand, right? So this is the angel, of the Most High saying, hey, if any of you take that chip, saying, I worship this system, I worship America, all right? This is what's going to happen to you. Verse 10. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and the presence of the Lamb. Right, man? That's why John said Babylon is fallen, because if you took that, those that took that chip, those that worship the beast, man, all right, they got hit with nuclear fire, because America is going to be literally, a thermonuclear, fire throughout from New York to Texas to Florida, to Montana. This whole place is going to be thermonuclear fire, all right? It's just going to be fire upon fire on this place, for lack of better words. Verse 11, and the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, and worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Right? So if you take that chip, you're thinking, yeah, well, if I get hit with a nuke, so be it. It's going to be quick. No, the Lord said he's going to keep you there and torment you in that fire. All right? Because it is of the Most High, all right, who has say and control of your spirit, man. So he could keep your spirit basking in that fire, man, until he feels it's time for you to come out, all right, and come back into the spiritual world, all right, come back into the kingdom of heaven. Into his heaven, all right. And for our people, all right, when you get born, all right, through the elect's sake, all right, that's when you're going to enter the kingdom of heaven. But if you take that chip, you got to die on this side first before you get into the kingdom of heaven, all right. And there's going to be pain, all right. Just bringing that point out. So yeah, man, once again, Lord willing, this was edifying. Hey, it's now coming out. I'm going to reiterate, regurgitate, repeat, that the Congress is now having discussions, all right, with certain, doctors, all right, think tanks, all right, the hierarchy and institution, the aristocrats of America, about using digital currency, okay, as future money. And it's coming out that, hey, they could put Bitcoin and other digital currencies on the RFID chip, the microchip, all right, which is the mark of the beast. So Lord willing, that was edifying. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushua, Ba'Hashem, Rakah Kadash, Barakatah. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth, the sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth, and making their body living sacrifice for Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushua. Love you, brothers. Keep enduring, keep the faith. And with that, Shalom.